need to stay balanced and went versus that team, and the turnover hurt us, and then we were inconsistent stopping the run in the first half. So they got a good football team. We knew that going in, and you can't afford to make some of the costly mistakes. Richard's a really good back. We knew that going in. We got to clean up some tackling, some issues, but look at the film and move forward with that. And I'll open up for any questions.
Franz in front.
Is there any word on John Brackey's status?
Not at this time.
Rachel? No, Rachel. Got it.
You guys wanted to be able to run the ball and really couldn't do that tonight. Why was that? What were you trying to do against their run defense?
Well, again, I thought when the game flipped and became a two-score game, and then at the end of the half, we were more of a, we were in a two-minute situation throwing the football. And then when we lost John, that took the wind out of our sails a little bit as far as some of the things we were doing in the run game. But you got to give those guys credit. They played well, and we got to find different ways to run the ball and stay balanced in what we do. But we moved the ball effectively in the first half. We were very effective moving the ball. We felt very good about going into halftime. Unfortunately, the injury with John.
Line up front to left here.
Can you give us an update on where Pop Saunders was and what
He's
his
suspended for team rules. He'll be back next week.
Jason over here to the right.
Well, was John taken to the hospital?
No, he's in our training room. He's fine.
Was he taken to the hospital anytime?
Not that I know of. He's in our training room.
How do you evaluate the job your defense makes to run today?
Obviously not very good.
Was it encouraging at times?
No, I watched the film. Not very good.
Mike up front here to left.
You talked before about, you don't change the offense when Jeff's in there. If John's out for any extended period of time, is that going to change a little bit?
We'll discuss that tomorrow. Obviously, we'll go through that and make the best decisions for our football team, and we'll make those decisions tomorrow.
Chris in the back.
Coach, when Driscoll came in, he maybe overthrew a couple of guys a few times to start. How do you think he was nervous? Do you think he was tight? I mean, how do you think he handled kind of coming in a tough situation?
Well, again, the quarterback position, you got to play well around him, and we didn't protect very well. They got pressure with four guys rushing, so Jeff didn't have much of a chance. So generally, when you got a guy hitting you in the throat, sometimes you do overthrow it.
And also, Coach, you seem to be pretty encouraging of the guys. The defense coming off the field after the first couple of the scores. After that last one, there was no more encouragement, and you just kind of...
No, I was encouraged. I was encouraged the whole game. That's the way I felt.
Did you ever feel like you were...
No, I felt good. All right? About our football team, we got to get better. So I don't know. I disagree with you.
Kyle in the middle.
Coach, obviously John getting hurt, like you said, took the wind out of your guys' sails a little bit, but can you just talk about how you saw the team responding to the adversity that they were facing?
Well, obviously, we didn't handle it very well. So, we got to push through it. And injuries are part of the game. You're never going to hear me talk about that or youth. It's part of the game. We got to go to the next guy. It's unfortunate, and we'll find out more about John tomorrow in that situation. But you got to go to the next guy. You got to play.
Rachel.
How prepared did you feel Jeff was for going into that second half?
Jeff played, well. Again, you got to give him a chance in the pocket. He didn't have much of a chance. Created a first down on third down. There was a nice run. But again, they didn't have many opportunities with what we were doing.
Coach, could you just talk about how fast Alabama's defense was? Even when there seemed to be some holes there, they seemed to close so fast.
Well, they leveraged the ball well. They're a physical group. They did a nice job.
Jeff right here in front.
Well, you talked about, before the season, you talked about you'll know more about this team when they're down. What did you learn about them today?
Well, again, it was disappointing from the standpoint. We're going in at halftime. It's a 24-10 game. We're in field goal range. Thought we'd get at least 3 there, and you're down 11 with a turnover return for a touchdown. So you feel good about where we are at that point in the game. And then, you lose John, and then it took the wind out of our sails there as far as offensively moving the football. We came out, we had some nice stops starting the second half defensively. So again, we just got to find some ways to manufacture some yards offensively in the second half, and then defensively just got to finish better and tackle. We had some guys in spots to make plays. Got to make plays. Got to tackle. So I was encouraged from the standpoint of we're sitting there going into the halftime. We could have been an 11-point game now, but it wasn't, and that's the bottom line.
What did you learn in the second half?
What's that?
Did you learn anything about your team's character in the second half?
Well, we'll find out a lot more about our football team on Monday and how we respond to the situation. And again, one or two guys that don't finish on a play very well certainly can coat the entire team, but I don't feel that way.
Kyle again in the middle.
Coach, can you just talk about the special teams play, giving up a long return,
That's
missing the field?
disappointing. Our coverage units have been solid to this point, and giving them the short field, and then third down killed us in the first half defensively. You got two drives on third and 7+ situations. We don't get off the field. You got a jailbreak screen on 3rd and 10. Something we've repped and practiced, and we don't execute on game day. So it's disappointing from that standpoint. To get off the field in those third down situations, you're looking at a different game in the first half. So, but we did. That's the bottom line.
Over here to the left, Joe. Left.
The two sacks to Brantley, the first one placed him there was third down, and then one knocked him out of the game. Did you notice anything with protection there that those plays could have been avoided?
Just kind of blocked better.
Jason over to the right.
Well, can you elaborate on your evaluation of how John played before he went out?
I thought John played really well. I mean, we had big third down conversions, the deep ball to Andre to start the game. Had the dig there to Andre. Their player made a nice play, knocked the ball off of him. But I thought John played extremely well. Threw the ball extremely well, converted third downs, against a good defense. So yeah, I thought he played extremely well.
And did you sense your team deflated at all at the end of this one, or demoralized?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's any question you're frustrated, And if you're a competitor, you should be. So, yeah, I was in there.
Mike right here to the left.
What was your philosophy against McCarron today to really sit back, play more coverage as opposed to trying to get a lot of pressure on him?
Well, again, some of the play actions in there in 6- and 7-man protection, it's hard to get pressure. But we did pressure in the game. We were not very effective. He held the ball a lot. And we got to do a better job when we're rushing 4 guys. When we pressured, it was not effective. It really wasn't.
Chris in the back again. Go ahead, Chris.
Coach, is it your understanding that the players supposed to be thrown out after hitting a guy on the punt return? It seemed like there was you weren't sure about that call.
I don't have any comment.
Kevin up here to the left.
Talk a little bit about DeBose getting a little bit involved in the first half of the passing.
Andre's done a good job. He's done a good job at practice. He's practiced hard. He's presented those opportunities to be in the position he's in right now. I'm very pleased with his progress. Yeah.
And one more thing, just to confirm on Brantley, it is a knee injury.
Not just lower leg. All right.
Over here to the right.
We think that Mitchell did a good job going into the, starting off the second half. Do you think the second half would have gone a lot differently had Brantley not been injured?
Well, he wasn't there, so it really doesn't matter to speculate that.
Thomas over here to the right.
Well, I know you said you felt like you guys moved the ball pretty well in the first half, but is it concerning at all that the outside runs were working all that well?
Excuse me, say again.
Is it concerning that the outside running game didn't seem to be there at all tonight?
Well, we didn't run the inside very well either. So, yes, it is.
Time for a couple final questions for the coach. Joe over here to the left.
With Brantley's injury, is it a case where you need the swelling to go down the knee when you make a decision tomorrow?
I haven't even talked to the doctor yet. I have no idea.
2 more questions. Jason on the right.
Will, how long are you going to deconstruct this game, do you think, before you move on to the next one? Is this a game where you're going to be here all night?
Well, again, you go back through the film and you see what you did well and what you didn't do well. Obviously, we didn't do many things very well. You evaluate that, but you got one very quickly this week. You move on. We're going to Baton Rouge next week. We need to move on and go to the next opponent and correct the issues that we had because we will see them again.
Wrap up Kyle in the middle.
Coach, were Floyd and Easley banged up at all heading into this game?
No.
They were completely healthy?
Yep.